The sun was barely up when a furious voice shattered the quiet of my Wyoming ranch. "Unlock it now!" screamed Lisa Hargrove, the HOA president, her polished nails clawing at the padlocked gate of my lake cabin like a toddler denied a toy. Her face was beet red, designer sunglasses askew, and behind her stood a gaggle of 8 bewildered guests in pastel summer gear, clutching folding chairs and coolers. She slammed her fist against the deck railing. "I told you my friends were using this place today. Open it." I stood firm on the cabin steps, arms crossed, the key tucked in my jeans. "No, Lisa. This is private property, not your HOA playground." Her eyes nearly popped out. "You'll regret this." She spun around, yanked out her phone, and started recording. "This is illegal. This man's blocking an HOA event," she shrieked. Her guests swapped uneasy glances, clearly wondering what they'd stumbled into. I didn't flinch. I just stared, waiting. What happened next was worse than I'd imagined. Let me backtrack. I'm Ethan Caldwell, 42, ex-military, now a woodworker craving solitude. 3 years ago, I bought this 20-acre ranch for its seclusion-howering pines, a quiet lake, and a cabin I built with my late father. I grew up in a nosy small town where everyone's business was everyone else's, and I hated it. This ranch was my escape. No neighbors, no drama. Or so I thought. A mile down the road sat a ritzy housing development, white fences, golf carts, and a ruthless homeowners association. I didn't realize how close they were when I bought the place. My land isn't part of their HO, I made sure of that, but that didn't stop them from acting like it was. It started small, flyers jammed in my gate, invites to community meetings. Lisa dropped by once with a pie, all smiles, asking if I'd join to keep the area cohesive. I said no. She kept pushing until I told her, 6 months back, to leave me alone. Since then, she's tried everything: fake notices about my fence height, complaints about my truck being an eyesore. She even claimed my ranch road was an HOA easement. Every time, I told her, "This isn't your land. Go away." Then came Memorial Day weekend. I was on my porch with my dog, Ranger, a golden retriever smarter than most people, when a caravan of SUVs crept past my gate toward the lake path I'd carved years ago. That trail led straight to my cabin, a private retreat I kept locked and stocked. No one, not even family, used it without asking. I hopped on my ATV, Ranger staying behind, and raced to the lake. My jaw dropped. People were everywhere: floaties on my lake, a Bluetooth speaker blaring on my dock, teens climbing my fishing platform like it was a playground. And there, in the middle, was Lisa, sipping from a pink tumbler, waving like royalty. "Lisa, what the hell is this?" I demanded. She chirped, "Oh, hi, Ethan. Isn't this lovely? Your cabin's perfect for our Memorial Weekend retreat." "Your retreat?" I snapped. "You don't have permission. You're trespassing." She blinked, unfazed. "I assumed you'd cooperate. We're all one community." "No, we're not," I shot back. She frowned. "Can you at least unlock the cabin? It's hot, and I promised the ladies a place to freshen up." I stepped closer. "You've lost your mind." Her smile vanished. "This'll go on record," she hissed. "Get off my property." The guests, now awkward, started packing up, some muttering apologies. Lisa stood her ground, trembling with rage, then whispered into her phone as she stormed off. I should have known that was just the start. The next morning, I found an orange notice pinned to my gatepost. It screamed, "Urgent HOA violation," claiming my cabin broke some fake neighborhood code and demanding access for public benefit. I nearly choked on my coffee. My ranch wasn't under their rules, and the cabin was fully permitted. Lisa's signature was scrawled at the bottom. I tore it up and called my lawyer, the county, and the sheriff's department. The sheriff chuckled. "You're not the first rancher she's hassled, but you're the toughest." I warned him I didn't trust her anymore. That afternoon, I drove to town for supplies, Ranger riding shotgun. When I returned, I slammed on the brakes. Lisa was back, this time with a bald guy in a neon vest holding a clipboard, standing by my trail like he owned it. My gate camera's red light blinked. Everything was recorded. "You can't stop, can you?" I said, marching over. Lisa smirked. "Ethan, this is Mark, our safety inspector. We're assessing your trail for community use." "My trail?" I snapped. "You're trespassing." She scoffed. "You're hoarding a community treasure." I pointed to the camera. "Smile, Lisa. You're on my property, issuing fake violations." Mark backed off, mumbling, "I was told this was public." Lisa got in my face, recording again. "This is what selfishness looks like," she yelled. I grinned. Hope your job's worth it, Mark. He bolted. Lisa stomped closer. You think you've won, Ethan? I run this neighborhood. Not here, I said. She screamed. I'll be back with a legal order. And she was. That night, I locked the cabin like a vault, updated my cameras, and posted a no trespassing sign in bold red. By 10 a.m., I heard engines and yelling. 4 cars, a van, and 2 SUVs with HOA logos pulled up. Lisa, in a pantsuit, held a megaphone and a folder, flanked by 2 board members, Gary, a sweaty guy in cargo shorts, and Diane, who always looked sour. A rent-a-cop with mirrored sunglasses stood behind them. Lisa blared. Under HOA Rule 7B, we demand cabin access. I laughed. There's no 7B. You made it up. She waved her folder. Your property's now under our management. I saw Diane slip bolt cutters into my gate latch. Stop, I yelled, but the lock snapped. They marched toward the cabin like an invasion. Lisa posed on the deck, but when she touched the door, a siren screamed, red lights flashing. She fell backward, screaming, as the alarm echoed across the lake. Gary ran. Diane dropped her purse. I walked up, phone recording. That's a trespasser alert, Lisa. It's live-streamed to the sheriff. Her face went pale. You can't press charges. You cut my gate, tried to break in, and drag these people into your circus, I said. The sheriff's trucks rolled up, lights flashing. Deputy Monroe stepped out. We got your alert, Ethan. You okay? I handed him my phone. Trespass, damage, threats. He watched the footage, his face hardening. Everyone stay here, he said. Then he dropped a bomb. Lisa had done this before to another neighbor, and criminal charges were pending. Lisa's smugness crumbled. But it didn't end there. The next day, a letter was taped to my Gatineau address, just my name. Inside was a grainy photo of me by the lake, shirtless, unaware, with a typed note, "Be careful, Mr. Caldwell. Not everyone plays fair." My blood ran cold. Ranger growled. I drove to the sheriff's office. Deputy Monroe whistled. This is stalking. He filed a report and assigned a deputy to patrol daily. That night, I added motion lights and more cameras. Days later, Ranger barked wildly at the tree line. I found fresh boot prints and checked my footage. A hooded figure stood still, watching the cabin, then waved at the camera. I sent it to Monroe. This isn't Lisa, he said. It's intimidation. I stormed the HOA office, slamming the photo on Lisa's desk. What did you start? She paled. I don't know who it is, she stammered. Maybe someone on the board. I leaned in. If I catch them, I'm not calling the sheriff. I left, but passing the HOA clubhouse, I saw a hooded man on the porch, waving like the footage. I chased him, but he vanished, leaving another envelope. Inside, a screenshot from inside my cabin, taken at 2:46 a.m. while I slept. Someone had been inside. I checked the cabino forced entry, but my spare key, hidden in a log Lisa once eyed, was gone. Someone had used it to bypass my system. I set a trap, left the door unlocked, hid in the barn with Ranger and my rifle. At 3:12 a.m., a hooded figure crept inside. I flipped the floodlights. Sirens blared. They ran, but Ranger caught their sleeve. It was Ryan Hargrove, Lisa's 24-year-old son, a smug kid who thought he ruled the neighborhood. It was a prank, he whined. I called Monroe. Ryan's phone had photos of me, my cabin, even Ranger, plus messages from Lisa guiding him. She's done, Monroe said. Ryan was cuffed. Charges were filed against both. I thought it was over, but then my phone buzzed with a video from an unknown number drone footage of me on my porch, with a message. Lisa was only the beginning. I spotted the drone hovering above. Monroe traced the number to spoofed servers. It's not just you, he said. They want your land for a resort. Other neighbors had been harassed into selling. I fought back, launching a website with all the evidence footage, letters, Lisa's fake notices. It went viral. Headlines screamed, Vet battles rogue HOA. Lisa was ousted. She and Ryan faced charges, and a whistleblower exposed a real estate group paying Lisa to seize land for a luxury resort. The HOA board collapsed, replaced by honest locals. I refused offers to sell my ranch, added stronger fences, and wired sensors with help from military buddies. One evening, I sat on my porch, Ranger at my feet, the lake glowing under the sunset. Peace at last. But when the wind rustles the pines, I remember that drone's message. Lisa was just the start. Someone's still out there, watching, waiting. Let them come. I'm ready.